How does one man conquer the world? Not just a kingdom, but the world itself. In just 25 years, one man would conquer over 4.8 million square miles, more territory than the Roman Empire amassed in 4 centuries. He was born an outcast, a refugee abandoned to die on the brutal, unforgiving plains of 12th century Mongolia. He would end his life as the Great Khan, a name whispered in fear from the castles of Hungary to the shores of the Pacific. This isn't just the story of Genghis Khan. This is the blueprint for the perfect war machine he built and the brilliant, terrifying tactics that made it unstoppable. Before the Khan, the steppe was a fractured land of warring tribes. Betrayal was a way of life. Loyalty was a currency spent quickly. The young Temujin, Genghis Khan's birth name, learned this when his father was poisoned and his own clan abandoned his family to starve. This brutal upbringing taught him a vital lesson. The old system was broken. His first innovation wasn't a weapon, it was an idea. He shattered the ancient tribal aristocracy. In his army, you weren't promoted by birth, you were promoted by skill and loyalty. He reorganized his entire society into a decimal system. Units of 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000. Men from different, once warring tribes were now forced to live, train, and fight together in the same unit. Their loyalty was no longer to their old chief, but to their new brothers in arms and to him. He had forged a nation built for one purpose: conquest. But a new army needs new tactics, and the Mongol tactics were revolutionary. It started with the Mongol horse archer. This was not just a soldier. This was the 13th century equivalent of a main battle tank. Every Mongol was a master horseman, trained from childhood to shoot a devastating composite bow, capable of piercing armor at close range. They were a storm of arrows, a fast-moving cloud of death. They could harass an enemy army for days, denying them food and water. But their most infamous tactic? The Feigned Retreat. It was a masterpiece of battlefield psychology and perfect discipline. For an overconfident general, the temptation was irresistible. The enemy would break formation and give chase, hungry to slaughter the cowardly nomads. And they would fall right into the trap. The pursuing army would be stretched thin, disorganized, and suddenly find itself encircled. The fleeing Mongols would turn as fresh, heavy cavalry reserves slammed into the enemy's flanks. It was a perfect, deadly envelopment. But Genghis Khan's greatest weapon wasn't his bow or his horse. It was fear. Before his armies even arrived, his reputation did the work. His terms, delivered to every city in his path, were brutally simple: surrender, and you will be spared. Resist, and you will be annihilated. Genghis adapted by capturing engineers to master sieges, building the largest empire through terror and innovation. He ruled with religious tolerance and created the Yam postal system, flourishing the Silk Road. Genghis Khan died in 1227, but his legacy endures, a savage barbarian and visionary builder. As Genghis Khan himself was attributed to say, "I am the punishment of God. If you had not committed great sins, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you." Who is history's greatest military commander? Subscribe for more insights into ancient empires and military history.